Hello my creative critters and welcome to Sketching with Sarah. I'm Sarah and today I'm just sharing the finale of Inktober 2022. So let's just jump right in. So last week we left off on days 25, 26, and 27. So this is what I came up with for that one. Check out that video if you want a more in-depth explanation and a little bit more of the process. But this week we're gonna start with days 28 and 29, and the prompts were camping and uh-oh. I started by drawing this tent pretty simply, and since I include a ferret somehow in all of my Inktober's this year, I drew a little ferret kind of hiding in a tent, but in the foreground there's a little bear cub just wandering around, and if you know anything about bears, if you find the cub, the mother is not very far away and she can be very dangerous, especially when there's a cub involved to protect it. And I really thought the two prompts, camping and uh-oh, really went well together for this type of drawing. I did struggle a little bit, and I tried to use just the red ballpoint pen of the same kind that I've been using for all of the sketches in Inktober, but to kind of define the lines a little bit better, I ended up taking the black pen as well and just kind of solidifying some more areas. I believe this was supposed to be the back to begin with, but the proportions were off, so I kind of fixed it this way. I tried to cover it up with a little bit of white gel pen, but just kind of turned pink. It is just a sketch, so I'm not super hard on myself or anything for messing up because, again, I don't use pencil when I do these sketches. I just go right in with pen. And I think that's also the fun of Inktober for me and using ballpoint pen to sketch is you really have to be a little bit more intuitive and plan a little better because you can't erase. But I would argue I am still as sketchy and gestural when I begin my ballpoint pen sketches as well. I'm just maybe a little bit lighter with the ink to start off, and then I kind of build onto it once I figure out the proportions and where I want everything to go. And this is actually the first ferret I drew without any kind of reference because it is so small, and I figured I could get away with it. And I think he's cute. He's peeling back the curtain a little bit of the tent and just kind of trying to be quiet and sneaky and in the background. So that was days 28 and 29, camping and uh-oh. Day 30 of Inktober 2022, the prompt was gear. And I think this is one of my favorite sketches of all of Inktober this year. I found this adorable reference photo of these two ferrets kind of just snuggling together in this adorable spiral kind of pose. And I think that was perfect for this prompt gear because gears kind of work together like that and they kind of fit together perfectly, and I thought this was just a perfect pose of ferrets to illustrate this prompt. I was very loose and sketchy with this one. You can kind of tell where I was trying to do the feet before and then realized the proportions were weird, so I kind of moved it over. This is an example where I just go heavier on the line art here. This was the first gestural sketch just to kind of get everything down, and then once I worked and made everything tighter and tighter, the lines got darker. And let me know if you'd like to see a more in-depth of me actually drawing and walking through the process of an ink sketch like this. I would love to make that for you guys. So just let me know if you're interested. But this is another way that you can see, this was probably one of the first attempts in the initial gestural planning out of composition looking off of the reference photo. And things just get tighter and tighter from there. I just love this sketch. I think it's so cute. And I think this is one of my favorites, and I think it goes the best with this prompt. And I like that it's not super literal. I didn't just draw literal gears or anything. I love that I found a way to incorporate ferrets in a more organic, conceptual way rather than literal. So day 31 was farm, and the most fitting farm that I could think of would be a pumpkin farm. So I found this adorable reference photo of a ferret kind of just climbing along some pumpkins. And I really enjoyed sketching this one. I think it's super cute. And I got to draw some pumpkins. So yeah, not much else to say on this sketch here. This is the only sketch I really took the full page to of all of Inktober. And I really took my time and kind of just enjoyed the process of sketching in ink. And during this sketch, while I was really just taking my time and enjoying the process, I was able to appreciate Inktober and that I completed it and really savored the last of it because I feel like for a bunch of Inktober this year especially, I tried to do tiny drawings just to kind of get through it and push through. This month was crazy for me, and especially towards the last tail end of October, I got myself into a very, very serious situation, which took a lot of my time and energy. Everything's fine now, kind of, but it did take a toll on me, so I'm happy I was able to push past that and still find the motivation to draw and finish Inktober. Even when I really couldn't even get myself to try and draw, I did. In the end, I'm happy I was able to get through it. So that's all for Inktober 2022. If you haven't seen my other weeks of this year's Inktober, I would love for you to go check those out and see how I incorporated a little ferret in all of the other prompts of Inktober. Also appreciate you for bearing with me for these short little sketchbook tour type videos. They're really fun for me to make, and since they're so unscripted, I can kind of just make them on the fly. And it's a little less editing and preparing on my end, so it takes a little bit faster for me to create these types of videos, especially when I'm house sitting and I don't have access to my regular equipment. I'm back home now, so I'm able to set up my lighting and everything. But I appreciate you watching the other videos and sticking around to see me complete Inktober this year. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave it a like and subscribe for more art and animal related content. I have some really fun video ideas coming soon. They just will take a little bit longer, and I still upload a new video every Friday. With my full-time job, it's been a little bit harder to work on these larger format projects, but I'm doing my best to bring you guys what I can, and I hope you enjoy my YouTube journey here. If you made it this far, leave me a comment and let me know if you have completed Inktober, or if you've even done a few drawings of Inktober. I'd love to know, and feel free to leave me your Instagram or Twitter usernames so I can go follow along and see what you've came up with. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay creative, and I will see you in next Friday's video.